Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, and a funny thing happened. Somehow Dark Horse Comics got the license back to do Star Wars comics again. But don't get too excited. We're not resurrecting the expanded universe, and I frankly would not trust current year Lucasfilm with the expanded universe. No, they're going to make a bunch of all ages books and High Republic books. You know, the ones that IDW Publishing lost. That's what they're going to do. But it's a pretty interesting turn of events. Now, Dark Horse is publishing other Disney comics, if I recall correctly, and IDW frankly dropped the ball. And I think IDW lost a lot of their cred with Disney in regards to the Star Wars books because the quality was not that great. I mean, this is how they drew Samuel L. Jackson in a fairly recent IDW comic book. I'm just saying. I think there are reasons, multiple reasons why Disney yanked the license away from them, gave it to Dark Horse, and also financial. I think that IDW is in a very bad place financially. They've been hemorrhaging money for quite a while now. So Disney may not have felt very safe having their books, their all-ages Marvel books and their Star Wars books with IDW. Just because they don't know what's going to happen. They didn't re-up for whatever reason. Anyway, back to Dark Horse, and Marvel, I guess, is still going to continue the main line. So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 241,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do talk about Star Wars. We talk about Disney. We talk about comic books. We're going to talk a little bit about Disney and their comic book licensing policies here in a little bit in regards to the current editor of the IDW books, who is not going to be involved in the Dark Horse books. She worked for Marvel, and there's a whole lot of drama going on around that particular editor. But having worked on Disney books, I can say that they are somewhat difficult to deal with. If you're licensing stuff, they have brand managers and quality control kind of over there. Sometimes it can be hard to get stuff through. That being said, I'm still shocked that this got through. I'm just saying. So let's go out to Gizmodo. Dark Horse will make Star Wars comics again. The publisher will concentrate on all ages series while Marvel handles the rest. From 91 to 2014, Dark Horse made Star Wars comics. They made some damn good Star Wars comics, including Dark Empire, and they really helped usher in the expanded universe. And then Disney decided they were going to nuke it. It adapted novels, helped define the Old Republic era, and blazoned much of the universe both before and after the movies, and helped define what used to be called the expanded universe. Now it's going to tackle series canon because the publisher has been given the go-ahead to make Star Wars comics again. Yeah, but it's freaking High Republic, so whatever. These will be all-ages comics as opposed to the series targeted to teenagers and what Marvel has been putting out, including Star Wars, Darth Vader, and Dr. Aphra. Dark Horse joins IDW Publishing in the endeavor. I don't think they're joining IDW Publishing in the endeavor. There have been rumors that IDW is losing control of the license, which would certainly explain why Dark Horse is now taking over all ages comics. I believe Heather Antos, who's the editor on these books, is working on like Star Trek or something. I don't know. According to StarWars.com, the publisher's founder, Mike Richardson, sounds quite excited, and not just because the company is going to make loads of money. Are they? Are they really? Dark Horse Comics has a rich history publishing Star Wars comics and graphic novels. Star Wars is near and dear to all of our hearts, and I've been a fan since I saw the original film 19 times during its original release. I'm thrilled that Dark Horse will once again bring new stories to life from this incredible galaxy, and I'm not exaggerating when I say we can't wait to bring these new adventures to fans of every age. The big difference between Dark Horse's old titles and whatever it makes next is, of course, that Star Wars owner Disney had declared everything to be in canon when it rebooted the Star Wars universe's continuity ahead of the release of The Force Awakens, including new comics, novels, TV series, games, etc., and the retroactively canonized Clone Wars TV series, which began in 2008. Rebels, and of course the prequel and original trilogies. Only one Dark Horse Star Wars comic managed to make it to the new canon. It was a tie-in to Clone Wars called Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir, which was made up of unproduced show script. Yeah, they're doing the High Republic era and kid stuff, and yeah. So apparently it's not going to impact Marvel Comics mainline, because I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, there have been some rumblings, and I actually heard like 4 or 5 years ago that Disney was looking to outsource all of its comic book productions, for Star Wars and for Marvel superheroes to other publishers, and they were kind of playing around with it with IDW. And I don't think they've found the right partner yet, but I do believe there is going to come a day, one of these days, when Disney is going to be like, yeah, it doesn't really benefit us to have a comic book publisher, especially in expensive New York offices. Let's just outsource all this shit. And I think the day is going to come. Now, I don't know if Dark Horse is going to be the one to do it or not, but I think it's going to come. Marvel's Star Wars comic book line will not be impacted by the new deal, bringing Star Wars back to Dark Horse Comics. It was recently announced that Dark Horse Comics would once again publish Star Wars books after a years-long hiatus, which left many readers wondering what this meant for Marvel's Star Wars titles. CBR confirmed with Marvel that the deal between Dark Horse, Lucasfilm, and Disney Worldwide Publishing for new all-ages books will have no impact on Marvel's Star Wars comics, which consists of the core Star Wars title, Darth Vader, Dr. Aphra, Bounty Hunter, the High Republic, and more. Now, they are doing an all-ages High Republic book, too. This is similar to the deal that allows IDW Publishing to put out Star Wars books geared toward young readers. I believe that is ending. It does not make sense for the two of them to be working together. Unless, of course, Dark Horse buys IDW or something, which is possible. Who knows? In 2015, they relaunched Star Wars with Marvel, and they're talking about the record-breaking sales numbers. Yeah, a lot of those were made up of Loot Crate numbers, just saying. So, yeah, I don't know how it's going to do. Again, these aren't the main Star Wars books, but it is interesting that they're going back to Dark Horse. And I got to wonder if one of these days Disney won't just yank it all from Marvel, shut down Marvel as a comic book publisher, and be like, you know what, Dark Horse, you can do all of our Star Wars comics, and whoever else is lined up, yeah, you want to do Marvel superheroes? Cool. You can do that. We're out of the comic book publishing business. You guys publish the comic books just like every other Disney property. You guys come up with stories, whatever, and run them through us, and we'll make it go. Now, that being said, I had some folks send this over. Heather Ontos is the editor at IDW for these books, currently at IDW. And Heather Ontos used to work at Marvel, and Heather Ontos, there's a whole lot of history with Heather Ontos in the comic book industry I'm not going to get into, but let's just say she doesn't seem to last very long at many of her gigs, right? Like six months to a year, and then she's moving on to something else. But she was very grumpy when this deal went down, as I recall. But it's interesting. She said that for the love of God, please stop asking for layout revisions when you receive final print proofs from comics creators talking about licensors. I think she's probably talking about Disney. And I'm going to tell you, my own experience is like, yeah, Disney, it doesn't matter. You can turn in a finished cover and they'll run it through a gauntlet of people to approve it. And they will actually come back to you after it's finished, after it's in the can, after it's ready to publish, and be like, could you make Donald Duck's beak look a little bit different? Could you maybe not? The one I had, which I freaking loved, it was a cover I did for IDW. And, we had a lot of things. Like, they're all over the place. Fantagraphics, I know in the Don Rosa collections, they didn't like Scrooge having a laser gun, as I recall correctly, and we had to color the gun to look like a Buzz Lightyear type gun to get it through, because they're ridiculous. I've literally redrawn panels. That was actually some of my early work I did on Disney Comics, was going through and redrawing or redrawing part of panels that had characters smoking, had characters pointing guns at people. IDW, I remember a story I had to go through. It was literally Mickey chasing a bad guy. Mickey had a gun, and this is from like the 40s or 50s, and I had to go redraw all these panels so Mickey wasn't pointing a gun. So we were like hiding Mickey's hand behind his back on one panel, and Mickey was pointing up in the air for no good reason. But we had to do it because Disney's like, Mickey would never point a gun at somebody. I'm like, he's got freaking, I think he had Minnie at gunpoint or some shit like that. I'm like, of course he would. I would. Anyway, but But yeah, this is what they're like. It's very difficult working with Disney as a licensor. They're very, very picky, and it depends on who's there. I mean, a lot of times you get a lot of these brand managers that come in that are, wet behind the ears. They're, interns, glorified interns, and they're like, I'm going to put my mark on this, and I'm going to, ask questions about things that we never asked questions about before. So who knows? It just seems like there was a lot of drama going on with IDW, and now it's off to Dark Horse. And Dark Horse has dealt with Lucasfilm before, but they've never dealt with, or they haven't dealt much with Disney-owned Lucasfilm, say for a year or two. So we'll see what happens. Good luck with that. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.